tonight's yoga class, we're going to start in a reclined position with our breath practice. So please come on down onto your mat and I will do the same. So when you lay down in yoga, we like to lay down in Shavasana position, where our arms and legs are just a little away from the center of the body. And take a moment to feel the weight of your body arriving on the mat. Take a nice full breath in. And on the exhale, feel the body soften and release. And now as you're breathing a little fuller on the in-breath, a little longer on the exhale, bring some attention to the soft palate and the thickness of the tongue. And at the top of the breath, press the tongue into the soft palate to block the flow of air and then release in the body any tension as you're holding the breath. Big breath in, use the tongue, and hold for 3, 2, 1. Release and exhale. All the way to empty. Nice full breath in. Use the tongue to hold at the top, but soften in the body for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Letting the breath all the way out. Another full breath in, holding at the top for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Returning to the natural breath. And just watching your breath, I'm going to share a few words from Jack Kornfield. He says, we focus on the most universal of mindfulness practices, awareness of breath. Our body is always breathing, and this ever-changing breath connects you with the exhaling and inhaling of trees and the wild and cool winds that sweep across the lands. We breathe together with all that lives. Mindfulness of breathing helps calm and steady the attention, improves focus, and increases capacity to work, to study, and to heal. Continuing to focus on the breath right over the heart. Feeling the expanding with the in-breath and the softening with the out-breath. And setting an intention for your practice, perhaps to increase presence or peace in your evening. And then when you're ready, lengthen through the spine just a bit. And on the inhale, press into the back of the skull, into the earth. You may lift the shoulders just a little bit as you do that. On the exhale, soften, releasing. Inhale, press into the back of the head. Not going to have a lot of movement. It's just an isometric exercise. Strengthening the back body and soften on the exhale. And now you can add in the heels as well. So pressing into the back of the head and the heels. And soften on the exhale. Twice more now on the inhale. Pressing into the back of the head and the heels. And soften slowly on the exhale. One more time, inhaling as you press. And exhale, soften. Draw that left knee, into the chest. Make a couple circles with that knee and then walk your hand up the back of the leg. Circles with the ankle. Releasing that leg as you draw the right knee in. Couple circles with the knee. Walk your hands up the back of the leg and circles with the ankle. And then slowly roll over to one side or the other. Coming on up into a seated posture, either on a block like I do, or with your legs crossed in front of you. Lengthen up through the spine and gently let that right ear come over towards the right shoulder, dipping the head back just a little. Roll the chin towards the chest, and then let that left ear come over the left shoulder, letting the head drop back over the shoulder just a bit. And back to center, pausing anywhere where your neck needs a little attention. Roll the shoulders forward up towards the ears as you raise the crown of the head. Couple shoulder rolls, just landing those shoulder blades on the back. Interlace your hands and press the palms away. A little bit of a forearm stretch there. Inhale into the chest. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Roll them up to the sky. Big inhale here, and a little exhale as you side bend, and through the center, and exhale, side bend. Inhale, and exhale, home. Switch the grip, put the other hand in front, and then press the palms away, and inhale it up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, and side bend. Inhale and exhale, home. Inhale up. Release the hands coming out into a T. Roll the thumbs back. Squeeze the shoulder blades just a little bit to get that back body engaged. And then drop that right hand to the mat, sweeping the left hand over. Inhale, paint the sky. Exhale, side bend. Inhale through the center, and then as you bring that right hand down, let the left hand join you and roll the heart towards the earth, press into the mat. Inhale, come on over, plant the left hand and then the right, and draw that heart towards the earth. Inhale, both hands come up to the sky. Exhale, twist off to the right, gaze over the shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Inhale, rise the hands to the sky, twist to the right. And this time, take the gaze over the opposite shoulder. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, left. On the next breath, look over the right shoulder. And release, and just kind of check in. How is that upper body feeling? Come on over onto your hands and knees as we prepare for the next phase of our practice. Take a little cat-cow here just to lubricate the spine. Inhale, Biddilasana, toes tucked, gaze forward. Exhale, arch the back up, Marjaryasana, our angry cat pose. Feel the body moving, especially the spine up and down. And if your body needs a little different movement, always feel free to explore. So sometimes I like to take the ribs off to the side a little bit and have kind of a C curve happen. So you just pay attention there to your body. And then coming now into our table, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll push our right heel back, lengthen out from the spine, gaze over the top of the mat, add the left thumb up here. Take a big breath in as you lift and lengthen. Exhale, sweep a little off center. Inhale long, exhale away. Keep that spine strong. One more time. Bring the hand to the mat. Bend the right knee and donkey kick up to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring that knee back to the mat. Cleansing breath. And letting go any tension. And now moving to the other side, push that left heel back. Gaze over the top of the mat, thumb to the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep off center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale away. Feel all those muscles around the spine lengthening and strengthening. One more time. Bring that right hand to the mat. Bend the left knee and donkey kick on this side now for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring that knee back to the mat, cleansing breath. Walk your hands forward and lower yourself down to the mat. And if this is uncomfortable for you, you can continue in plank or table. We'll come out into a seal posture. So bring your hands down onto the mat, draw the legs together, tops of the feet pressed into the mat. So your hands are out at 45 degrees from your body. You just want to draw the heart up just a bit, a little back body activation in seal. Breathing here. And after the third breath, bring yourself into Sphinx posture. In Sphinx, you're going to bring that elbow underneath the shoulder. Draw the forearms back, the heart forward. Lengthen through the spine, through the neck. Squeeze the glutes. Let that thoracic spine take the curve and draw the heart forward. Breathing for 3, 2, the last one. Let yourself down, hands underneath the shoulder points. We'll take a cobra here. Inhale, roll the heart up. Exhale, soften. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Tucking your toes, bring your hips up, walk your hands back towards your knees. Bring the heels together of your feet, so your toes are tucked, your heels are together, and press into the hands. So you really push the heels back and you get a good soul stretch here. Might even feel it into the calves a bit. And then releasing the knees down, draw the heels together, sit up on the heels, and then rock forward, untuck the toes, come back onto the heels and lift the knees just a bit. Bring the knees down, tucking your toes. Now let your knees be right underneath the hips. So a little space between the knees. We're going to come into a pillar posture, okay? So feel the length through the legs to the shoulders. We're going to make ourselves like a pillar. So that means you need to squeeze the glutes. That really activates the hips coming forward. The front of the hip is open. And you feel a lot of sturdiness between the shoulders and the knees. And we're going to add here by interlacing our hands and placing them right behind the skull. Press your hands, your head into your hands so your heart is lifting a little, and then broaden your wings. Let your elbows come out wide. Feel the heart lifting. Exhale, twist to the right, and then the left. Keep breathing with the twisting. Squeezing the glutes, rotating right and left. Twice more each direction. Once more. Small movement, but a lot of action. Bring your hands down to the mat and bring yourself into a plank position. Option to lift your knees here and then push up to down dog. Our first down dog of the night. Make sure your hands are equal distance as your feet. So 2 lines of traffic there. A little softness in the knees as you drop the chest towards the thighs. And then slowly drop one heel and then the other for a good calf stretch. Inhale forward to plank. Feel the lengthening from the heels to the crown. Big breath. Exhale, down dog. Let the inner thighs spin a little bit back and up. Tailbone is the high point of the pose. Inhale forward to plank, but don't let the hips fall too low. We want the low back comfortable and strong. Exhale, down dog. And then slowly walk your hands towards your feet, or your feet towards your hands if you'd like. And then inhale to a halfway lift by pressing on your shins, drawing your shoulder blades down and reaching the crown forward. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, fill the belly. Staying here, scoop the navel in, exhale. Inhale, fill. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms behind you, rising, tall mountain, reach for the sky, and release. Little empty coat sleeves, and let's come into our balance posture for tonight. I mentioned in the email that I sent out to you the importance of balance noted by an assessment done in the British Medical Journal of Sports Medicine. And they were talking about how it's such a good assessment point for your ability to function well and stay alive in the next decade. So we definitely want to pay attention to our balance. And what does balance come from? I think it's a combination of your muscles as well as your proprioception. So there's several things happening there, and probably a little bit your vision too. So find a focus point and then come all the way to one leg, and then the other leg kind of tucks behind it like a stork or a flamingo, standing on one leg. And let's breathe for 5. And you can do anything you wish with your arms. 5 breaths. 4 breaths. 3, 2, 1. How did you do? Let's come to the other side. Now I want to remind you, if you'd like to, you can always put your hand on the wall just to help you stabilize as you're practicing this and building up your strength and your assessment. Or you can use a chair, like you've seen me sometimes do that in practice, where I'll put my hand on the chair when I'm standing on one leg to help stabilize that. So I'm just going to move that chair out of the way for right now. But we're going to come to the other leg, standing on that leg, and just wrap the other foot behind it like you're in your flamingo stance or your stork pose. Do anything you wish with your arms. Keep your eyes focused for 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, how you doing? 1 more. Beautiful. Please be accepting of whatever happens with your practice, and continue to practice, and that is what helps us grow stronger. Let's come to the top of the mat, and we're going to do some step back lunges. These will help us also with our balance. So all the weight to the left foot, and we'll just take a small step back with the right foot. Inhale it forward. Exhale a little further. And then we're going to do this 5 times. 3, and each time try and challenge yourself just a little bit more. 4, and now your big one. 5. And when you get into this more lunged position, bring your hands to the heart and twist off to the left. Inhale to center and twist to right. A little rotation to challenge it even further. Step back to the top of the mat. Okay, and then let's do it on the other side. So we're going to bring all our weight to our right foot. And we'll start with just a small step back and step forward. And the second one, a little more challenge to it. And the third one, a little more. And 4. 1 more. Step it back for 5. Bring your hands to your heart. Take your twist to the right, center, and left. You decide if you're going to hold your focus and step back to the top of the mat. So wasn't that a challenge as well for the balance? So you see there's several ways to do it. And even in the step back lunge, you can definitely put your hand on a chair or the wall or a table or a counter to help you achieve that as you practice that. Now let's move into some lovely flow. Come into your mountain posture. Feel the tallness in your spine, starting with the heels, weighted, toes spread. Stack the knees, the hips, the shoulders. Take a nice big breath in as you raise your arms up. Exhale, folding at the hips. Let the tailbone reach back. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back on the right, bringing that right knee to the mat. We're going to let our hips sink towards that forward heel. Bring your hands behind the nape of the neck or the back of the skull. Spread your wings, lift through the heart. Keep the knee and the foot pushing away from each other for some sturdiness on the mat. Breathing here. Opening the shoulders. Let's release our hands to the mat. Walk your hands back as you lengthen out the back of that left leg in that hurdler stretch. Really feeling the back of the hamstring and the calf as the toes come towards the nose. Walk your hands forward. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, plant the right hand, dragonfly twist. Let the neck be long. Bring that left hand down to the inside of that left foot and heel tilt the left foot over a little bit. This is called gecko posture. Lets the hips sink a little lower, but do what's comfortable for you. And we'll step back to our plank posture, taking knees, elbows in, chest and chin. Roll up for your cobra. Exhale, push to down dog. Inhale, raise the right foot up, bend the knee, stack the hips. Bring the right foot forward, right between the hands, and take your dragonfly twist on this side. Bring the right hand down and step to forward fold. Inhale, a half lift and fold. Inhale, sweep it up and release. That was our first flow, and I can feel a little bit more tension as the body is slowly letting go of some of the muscle tension, as you warm up and practice. So as our flow progresses, we get a little bit more flexibility. Standing in mountain, inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and this time we'll step back on the left. Letting those hips sink just a bit towards that front heel. Raise the hands up behind the nape of the neck, and then spread your wings, lift your heart. Press the heel and the knee away from each other. Keep opening the shoulders. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat and take your hurdler stretch on this side as you draw your right hip back. Lengthen out the back of that leg. Sometimes I press on the pedal of the gas on that side just to get all those little tiny muscles stretched. Walking the hands forward, left hand down, lift the knee, dragonfly twist, stack the shoulders, beautiful. And then bring that right hand down inside of that right foot, heel toe the right foot over, taking that gecko posture. And then step that right foot back, coming to plank, bring your knees down, elbows in, chest and chin. Inhale, rolling up to cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot up. Bend the knee and stack the hips. And then bring that left foot forward. And take a dragonfly twist on this side. On the exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale a half lift and fold. Sweep the arms behind you, rising tall mountain. And release. Okay, a little warm up on that first flow. Now we'll take something similar, but we'll add just a little bit extra to it. Finding your mountain, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And fold. Step back to your runner's lunge here on the right. Right hand down, dragonfly twist. Bring that left hand down to the mat and then walk your hands off to the right. So you might even be off your mat like I am here. Leave the right hand down and let that left hand go up to the sky. Feel the back body energy in this little bit wider stance. Then bring that left hand down and walk yourself back over to the left, but grab a block inside of that left foot. Let yourself sink into that runner's lunge and then draw the hip back for pyramid. And you might like to step forward just a little bit with that back foot. So you get a little closer with the back heel. Make the back nice and flat. Draw the shoulder blades down. The crown reaches right out in front of you. Inhale back to runner's lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Back and forth for a couple breaths. Stretching out all those big muscles in our legs. And then go ahead and set your block aside. Bring your left foot back to meet your right and take a flow here. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right foot up. Bend the knees. Stack and then bring that right knee behind the wrist. We're going to take a pigeon on this side. I like to pull that shin forward a little bit. Stretch in the outer right hip. Keep the right ankle flexed. Good breath or two here. And slide that shin back a little. Frame out the hands. Push that right foot back to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. Dragonfly. And step to forward fold. Inhale, lift and fold. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step back on the left. We're going to take these same moves on the other side. The right hand goes up and comes down on the inside of that right foot. Walk it off to the left. Leave the left hand down and take your twist again. This time activating the back body, lifting that right hand up. A little more back bend in the back body. Bring that right hand down and bring a block along with you to the inside of that right foot. Take your runner's lunge and see if you can lift your heart just a bit as your hips sink. And then exhale, draw that right hip back. And I'm going to hop my back foot forward just a little bit to get my heels both at 6 o'clock and down towards the earth. Inhale forward to the runner's lunge. Exhale, pyramid. One more time. You listen to your body, whatever it's calling for in these stretches. Listen to what feels good. Setting the block aside. We'll step back for our plank. Take a breath in plank. And then bring your knees down, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left foot up, bend the knees, stack. Bring the left knee behind the left wrist. I like to plant my hand on a block, then slide that shin forward. And you notice my knee lifts up on this side. That's okay. Just let that stretch happen in the outer hip and keep that the left ankle flexed. And breathe. And after about the third breath, slide that chin back and push that left foot back up to the sky. Couple circles with the ankle. And on the exhale, bring it forward. Dragonfly twist. Bring the left hand down and exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, release. Letting go. Nice job. How are you doing? Hopefully your flow is going well. Take a few cycles of breath now and we'll come into a B series, okay? So we'll probably not use a block during the B series, so feel free to set those aside. And then when you're ready, come to the top of your mat. And I think I'll start on this side. Find your mountain posture, feet parallel with the long edge of the mat. Get a little softness in the knees and the hips. Reach the arms a little bit behind you and then sweep into your chair. Lift the heart and breathe. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold and step out to your plank. And then it's your choice here to take a flow from high to low push-up or your regular knees, chest, chin, coming up into up dog or into cobra. Then we all meet in down dog. Inhale, raise the right foot up. Exhale, bring it forward. And we're going to have 2 lanes of traffic. Press the feet apart, rise into crescent lunge. Exhale, drop that left heel. Coming to warrior 1. So the back toes are off to about 10 o'clock. And release the hands and bring them behind the back of the neck. Broaden out the elbows, lifting the heart. Done this a couple times tonight as we're opening the shoulders a bit. Release the hands to the hips. Heel toe the front foot over to the left. Back toes to 9 o'clock. We're coming into our warrior 2 footing. Just spread your arms out. Breathing here and softening the shoulders away from the ears. Rotate the right hand up and come into your proud or reverse warrior. Slowly and gently you return to warrior 2. Letting that right elbow land gently onto the knee as the left hand reaches for the sky. Couple breaths here as the hips sink just a bit. Sweeping back, warrior 2. And then draw that right hip back. Preparing for triangle, reaching forward, dropping into your Trikonasana. Now I know I said no block, but this is an optional time when you can put the block on the outside of the ankle. You can also put your hand on the inside of the calf for Trikonasana. Lengthen tailbone through crown. Rotate and stack the shoulders. Create a little space there between the top of the thigh and the torso. Lifting up through that left hand, gently floating back, warrior 2. And then an option coming into half moon. And now I do like to have a block for half moon. So I'm going to take my block into my right hand and then go off on a 45-degree angle from that front foot, plant the block, and float the back heel. But you can do triangle again too if you prefer. Flex the ankle, lift up through that left shoulder. Kind of misdirected you by saying I wasn't going to use the block. Sorry about that. Gently dropping back to your warrior two. And then windmilling those arms, bringing them down to the mat. Step back on the right. Take or skip the flow of your choice. Meet me in down dog. And take a breath or two in down dog. Inhale the left foot up. And exhale it forward. 2 lanes of traffic, rising crescent lunge. Draw the back kneecap up. And then drop that right heel, toes off to 2 o'clock, warrior one. Option for temple fingers, or bring your hands behind the back of the neck and spread your wings. Practitioner's preference, whatever is right in your body tonight. And breathing. Bringing your hands to your hips. Heel toe that left foot to the center of the mat. Back toes to 3 o'clock. So you have that warrior two footing. Spread your arms. Let your fingers reach for infinity. And soften in the gaze. Let the shoulders drift away from the ears. Left palm up. Reverse warrior. Reaching for the sky and the earth. Slowly floating back, warrior two. That left elbow gently lands on that left knee as the right arm reaches for the sky. Find that breath in the low belly, and on the exhale, really draw it in. Floating back, warrior two. And draw that left hip back, lengthen through that leg. Float the arms out, gently coming down into your triangle posture. Stacking the shoulders, finding your breath. Feeling the lightness in the right hand as it lifts you back, warrior two. Staying here, dropping back into triangle, or taking the half moon. Practitioner's preference. Finding that posture and breathing for 3, 2, 1 more. Coming back to warrior two. Straighten that left knee. Turn both feet to the long edge of the mat. Let your heels be out just a little bit more than your toes. Bring your hands to the outside of the hips. Press a little bit on the tops of the thighs as you lengthen the crown forward, and then slide your hands down the outside of the legs till you come down to somewhere along the calf. Bend the elbows and gently draw the heart towards the earth, little softness in the knees. Breathing here. Plant your hands underneath your gaze and heel toe the feet together to a 3/4 stride. Toes out a little bit further than the heels. Then bring yourself down into Malasana. Now, my knees do not get as far apart as I would like. An option to do to give yourself a break during this is to put a block underneath your bottom. So you can sit on your bottom like that. You don't have to do that. You can also put a little bit of a roll underneath your heels if your heels are lifting. And my one heel is wanting to lift a little bit. So breathing with Malasana or garland pose for a breath or two. Trying to keep the heart lifted. And then when you're ready, let your hips come down onto the mat and your feet out in front of you. We're going to come into our churning the mill. So feel the spine get tall and pretend that you're stirring a giant pot of soup or churning the butter. So reaching out, exhaling, inhaling back, exhale forward. 3 times. And then switching direction. Inhale back, exhale forward. And completing that circle. And then let both heels come off to one side in a 90-90 posture. And then follow your knees and turn your body in the direction of your knees until your hand is over behind you. Place the back hand down, sweep the front hand up, squeeze the glutes, and get a little bit of a back body bend here. And if you are not able to lift your hips right now, that's okay too. Just take the back bend right where you're at. Another breath. Slowly soften the hips down. Then lean back on your hips as you slide your feet off to the other side. Okay, so a 90-90 posture with the legs. Walk your hands in the direction of your knees until your hand is behind you, supporting you. And then sweep the front hand up as you squeeze the glutes. One of my friends calls this the rock star pose, like you're sliding across the stage on your knees. That's a fun visualization. All right, and coming down. And then just walk your feet over to the long edge of the mat or to the end of the mat. And we're going to do a little core activation. So lengthen out your feet with just a little softness in the knees. Reach the hands forward. And we're going to come about 30 degrees forward and then 30 degrees back. But when you come back, try to feel the core active and the spine long and the heart lifted. Exhale, forward, inhale back. Follow your breath. Get that breath going. Press the heels into the mat. Keep the heart lifted, the shoulder blades on the back. Breathing. Make the breath big. Easily going back and forth, just floating. We'll do 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Very good. Slowly unroll yourself onto the mat. So we're going to come into a bridge posture. So land your heels behind your glutes. Lengthen the spine out. Roll the shoulders under just a bit. Your fingertips may brush the backs of your heels. Spread your toes. Exhale, push the small of the back towards the mat. Inhale, fill your belly up. Exhale, back down, roll the hips up. Tuck the shoulders under a little bit and dig in with the heels and the shoulders. Lift the chin. Breathing in bridge for 3, 2, 1 more. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, unwind the spine towards the earth. Nice. Let the right heel go long, cage the ears. On the exhale, roll the heart up towards that left knee. So a little bit of a lift and twist. We'll take 3 more. 2. The last one. And bring that right knee back in, or the right heel back in. Roll the shoulders under and roll yourself into your bridge. And breathing with your bridge for 3, 2. Engage that pelvic floor. And gently unwind the spine towards the earth, lifting the heels, tailbone towards the heels. Let the left heel go long, cage the ears, and on the exhale, lift and twist towards that right knee. 3 more. 2. 1 more. And releasing back. Bring your heel back in. Find your block. As you bridge up, place a block underneath the sacrum. Roll the shoulders under a bit. Make sure your hips are sturdy on the block as you float the knees and the heels up to the sky. This is our Vipariti Karani, or our legs up the wall pose. It's a restorative posture. Just make some circles with the ankles if you like. Let the heels drift apart. Whatever feels good for you. Feel into the body. Respond with a stretch, a movement, stillness, whatever is right. Notice the breath. And keep the breath flowing. In and out. In and out. With the next exhale, letting the heels come back together. And then the knees in towards the chest. Let the right leg go long, the heel drift towards the earth as you walk your hands up the back of the left leg. Couple circles with the ankle. And then that left ankle can come across the right knee for our eye of the needle. Place your hands behind the right thigh. Draw that right thigh towards you. Keep the left ankle flexed and press the left elbow into the left thigh. The stretch is in the outer left hip. It's a lot like pigeon, but we're on our back. So very similar stretch. Releasing that left ankle off the knee. Take your hands up the back of the right leg as the left heel goes towards the earth. Stretching there. And then the right ankle comes across the left knee. Hands behind the left thigh. Right elbow into the right thigh. Ankle flexed. And draw that left knee in towards the chest. Breathing. Always breathing, right? And gently release that right ankle off the knee, and maybe you reach for your big toes, your ankles for your happy baby. Might be a little more accessible with us having our hips on the block. And taking a breath or two there. Use your elbows to spread the knees just a bit. Releasing the heels. Letting them come back down to the mat. Soles of the feet together. And then just rock the knees a little bit left and right. Bring your arms into a goddess posture for a floating goddess. And then place your soles of the feet into the earth, press in, and slide that block out from underneath you. And we'll take a long spinal twist. Left leg goes long, right knee into the left hand, and gently bring it across the body. Reach the right arm out behind you. Take a big breath in and release in this open, long twist. Another breath, letting the inhale become the exhale. And gently lifting that right knee back into center. Let the right leg go long, left knee in to the right hand. And bring that foot across the body, out in front of you as the left arm reaches behind you with your gaze. And a big breath, releasing. Another breath. And gently bring yourself back to center. Press the back of the head into the mat. Let your shoulders roll under just a bit. The arms and legs come a little bit away from the center of the body. And then find your breath. Noticing the inhales. How it comes to a pause at the top and then slowly rolls into an exhale. You might hold the infinity sign in your attention and just feel the breath rolling. Inhale to exhale. And back to inhale. Let the breath be smooth. See if you can soften just a bit more. And let the breath be smooth as it moves from inhale to exhale. Softening in the face, the cheeks, the tongue all the way down to the root of the tongue, letting it be soft and heavy. Softening the shoulders, feeling the breath as it rolls in, filling the ribs, the belly, and turns and flows out. Breath by breath. Moment by moment. Surrendering and yielding to the earth. Beginning to deepen your breath again. Taking a bit of a stretch or just enjoying the stillness. Perhaps moving your fingers and toes. Whatever is right for you. When you're ready, drawing your knees in towards your chest. Perhaps crossing your ankles. Rolling a few circles onto your back, comforting the low back. Taking your time and finding a seated posture to close our practice time. Bringing your hands to heart center. May you have found a little peace in our practice this evening. May that peace grow in you. And may we share peace with the world. Thank you for your time and attention. Om Shanti. Namaste. Well, thank you, friends, for sharing another practice together. I hope you have a beautiful week.